I love that intro. It's kind of fun. Um, I am Lisa Schmid, and this is Saturday in the Studio. I'm excited if you are joining us to show you something. I was thinking before we just started this that I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 19 years. This is in my 19th year, and I've been a YouTube maker, video maker for all of 6 months, so famous in my own dreams and in my own mind. So anyway, we enjoy doing this, my husband and I, so enjoy making videos. So here we go. I'm going to show you how to make 4 different cards. Well, actually, I'm going to show you today is all about simple, super simple. Do I need to push this? Super simple and quick. So quick and easy, really easy. And sometimes easy is hard for me because I want things to be fancy. And I'm going to raise this up just a titch. Okay, so I'm going to use the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. And I'm going to start with just a half a sheet of very vanilla cardstock. So let me show you what I'm going to make. I'm going to stamp it all first so that I can make simple, quick and easy, simple cards. So I'm going to make these 4 cards, which even though they're simple.
Hey, Laverne.
Hi, Laverne. Good morning. So even though they're simple, I mean, they're great. They're wonderful to send to a friend. So like my friend Laverne, our friendship is one of a kind. So I'm going to show you how to make super simple, super quick cards. Okay. I chose to use, since I'm using the snowflakes, I am choosing Night of Navy, Granite Gray, Gray Granite, Seaside Spray, and Misty Moonlight. So I'm choosing the colors kind of around blue. And I'm going to start with the Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to start with my biggest snowflake. And I'm going to stamp all over. Oh, the other thing I'm going to use, because I'm using a photopolymer, I'm going to use this pad. And I just learned that this is not in the catalog, but it is online. And it's handy to use with the photopolymer because then it really gets a good solid ink.
Hi, Tammy. Hi, Diane.
Good morning, ladies. So I'm just going to stamp kind of randomly off on all over the place. So quick and easy cards. Okay, so that was in Misty Moonlight. And now I'm going to switch over to, with my biggest snowflake, now I'm going to switch over to the Seaside Spray. And it might be different than my samples because who knows, you know, when you're stamping it. So I just took a half sheet of paper, but you certainly, ooh, look at what I did on this one too. I put 3 snowflakes on a bigger block to make what I'm doing even that much quicker. And I can turn it around. I'm just kind of looking for blank spots that I want to stamp. And snowflakes are great because you can stamp them anywhere, right? They overlap. I'm going to get the corner here. I want to make sure all my corners have, that everything has. I think I'll do one more little one there. Okay. Then let's switch to, I'm going to use the gray to fill in. So now I'm going to switch to my Night of Navy, and I'm going to use a little bit smaller, and I'm going to kind of fill in all the empty spaces. Am I all the way on? There we go. Kind of my empty, looking for the holes that I see.
Put the information on the Pierce mat in the chat.
Awesome. Hope you guys could hear Dave. He said he put the information for the piercing mat in the chat. It really works well. What made me think of this is on my sample. I'll show you, but there's one that didn't stamp all the way. Okay, I mean, that looks pretty good, pretty full. I think that's good. Then I'm going to go and fill in with my lightest color, and that is my Gray Granite. So let's go ahead and fill in with this. And on this one, I'm using, I kind of just went ahead. On this one, I put on this one right here, this little stamp, because, and I tried to use this one, but it just didn't, I think because of the curve, I didn't like the way it looked. So I'm using that little one. And just going to fill in anywhere I see, really all over. It's no longer a gap. I'm filling in everything all over the entire sheet. And then I'm going to cut it to fit, cut it to make some cards. So, I mean, literally, what have I been stamping for 2 minutes, 3 minutes now? And I have a wonderful sheet of Designer Series paper. Just kidding. Isn't that pretty though? I mean, look how pretty that is. And I used 4 colors and all the snowflake stamps. So not all of them, many of the snowflake stamps. I'm just going to move these out of the way. Okay, so now I am going to lay out the cards I'm going to make so I can show you. Okay, so I have, like I said, I have these 4 cards we're going to make. We can start anywhere. So I'm going to start with my biggest piece here. I'm going to make this one. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. 8.5 by 5.5, same size as my paper. So I am using Going Gray. Basic gray is what this one is. It's darker than, I use the gray granite here, but I'm going to use the basic gray. I'm going to double check. No, basic gray. That's this color right here. And I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 inches, about 2 inches. Looks like 2 inches to me. So I'm going to cut 2 inches off. We'll go to 2, cut that off, and that is going to go on here. So let's go ahead and, whoops. Oh, here I do. I was like, I have no adhesive. Gasp. But I do have adhesive. And I thought this was going to go all the way to the edge, but actually I'm fine if it doesn't too. I'm not sure. Maybe this is bigger than I wanted. Who knows? Doesn't matter. And then I did try stamping directly on here with my Night of Navy, but I didn't really care for that because it was too hard to see. So I'm going to go ahead. Actually, we're going to do the words at the end. So I'm going to glue all these on, and then I'll go back and do the words because then I have the ink out one time. So that's part of the speedy part.
How big was that piece?
This piece was 2 inches by, well, really I wanted it 5.5 by 2 inches by 5.5. I love Dave's just keeping track and putting it there in the chat. That's awesome. Okay, the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut some to fit here. I didn't really measure, but I believe that is another 2 inches for the big one. Let's double check. Yep, 2 inches. And then the other one is 1.5 inches. 1.5. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's okay. I was going to say before I cut that. No, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. All right, 1.5. There we go. All right, and these 2, I also am going to add in a Misty Moonlight piece, which is going to be 1 3/4. Just so I have these 3 pieces to make a card out of. I ran out of Misty Moonlight, so I have to, I ordered some more last night, actually. I'm going to start with my basic gray, and then this Very Vanilla is in, yep, I wanted to make this a 1/4 inch in on each side. So this is 8 by 4. 8 by 4. And I see I have a little smudge there, so that is a piece I'm going to glue down so I don't see that piece. So that's going to go, yep, good. Phew. I always like when it actually works. I realized what I did. I probably stamped the one that I had already cut for a smaller card. That's okay. Okay, so there is, I've got these 3 little pieces. So I said 2 inches, 1 3/4, 1.5. Is that what I said? 1.5. All right. Dave's our number guy here. And I'm going to use our little punch here to go ahead and punch out and pick a pennant. I don't think, is this pick a pennant? Oh, you know what? And I remember the 2, you have to get, oh yeah, there it is. Fits right in there. Ooh, just like magic. Just kidding. I always like to turn this upside down, and I'll tell you why. Because if the sheet of paper is smaller, then sometimes it wiggles around. And I also, here's another little tip, I put on the end how big I want my papers to be. So 2 inches, a little less than 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. That's what fits in Pick a Pennant Punch. I think you're right. Okay, and then I could go all the way down here. Oops, I have one more to do. And this is what I mean, like it could move around. So I kind of want to make sure it's in the center. I don't kind of want to. I want to make sure it's in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I just want these 3. I couldn't even tell you what I cut them at because I just trimmed them.
Sorry. Banners, pick a punch.
Banners pick a punch. That's okay. Forgiven. Just kidding. So these, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I just sort of layered them on here. I want to be able to see the whole of the blue. So I want this one to be even a little bit shorter. I can't really tell you dimensions because I just, just play. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this one on. I didn't make a map, so all of a sudden as I started cutting, I had a little panic that I might run out before I get to the 4 cards. But you know what? We'll see. I'm going to put the colored one in the middle and put this one on top. I played with this for a long time. Actually, I want this one over a little further. Peel it up, move it over. But I saw this somewhere and I thought, wow, that is a great idea. Easy to make with snowflakes or flowers or I'm going to put this here so I can still see the pennant on the bottom. There we go. All right. So that is card number 2. And like I said, we'll go back and put our sentiments on. Okay. We're going to make this one now using the Balmy Blue cardstock, full size. And I did cut a piece of, nope, not that one. I did cut a piece of Night of Navy just to put across here. Looks like I need to trim that a little bit, so I will do that. But we'll go ahead and put it on first. So Night of Navy, this is again 2 inches, 2 inches. I'm going to line it up on one side so I can so easily trim that other side. I'm not worried about that at all. I'll just throw it in here and trim that little bit off. Things don't have to be perfect. Wow, can't believe I said that, right? All right. This, the last 2 I want to get out of here is I think I must have cut. Nope, I did. I want to cut this. Sorry, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. These squares are 1 3/4 by, this is 2 1/4. Sorry, 2 1/4. This is 1 3/4 by 2. So I'm going to cut this again at 2 inches. 2 inches. And I think what I'll do, you guys, is draw a map because I can see this time I clearly cut it differently based on what is left. 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 1 3/4. There we go. So I've got 3 little pieces. Oops, and I do need them just a tad shorter. Oh, because I went at 2. Okay. I'll just put a map in the, how about that? I'll just put a little map in the chat. A cutting mat. Yeah, I'll draw it out. I should have done that ahead of time, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. There we go. So now these are actually squares. And the way I like to put on squares is I want them to turn. Fine. I'm going to start with the outside and then do the middle. These look like they are still a little bit big because they have to be a little bit narrower. So I'm just going to trim them back down. These are going to be 1 1/2 now that I've changed my whole design. I don't want to trim off that much. 1 1/2. There we go. Okay. Now, like I was saying, I'm going to start at the edges and work my way in because then I can center the middle. So I'm going to put this like, will that work? I think so. I'm going to move it over just a tad. Put that there. I'm going to do the other edge. So then I can get in the middle, looking at this edge and this edge, and pop my middle one in. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to move this one a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's card number 3. Now, I noticed that what I'm left with here is a little different than what I was originally left with. But we'll go ahead and still make a card with that. Part of it is I used the wrong. I had cut this to fit on the Night of Navy. Yep. What'd you say? Woo! I'm going. I just need to trim this a hair because this is, again, 8 by 4 1/4. All right, so we're going to put this one here, right onto the Night of Navy. And I could put this way. I could put it this way. It's a little small, but it's okay. I'm just going to put it straight across. Slow down. Sorry. I'm debating because it wasn't what original was. So that's okay. I'll go straight across this way. Slow down, Dave says. Slow down. Take a breath. All right. That's funny how, I just cut it differently and it wasn't the same. I'm going to put it in the chat so you can see because I did come up with this one, okay? I don't want to do that one. I want to show you this one. So we will put all those dimensions and a map in the chat. Now we need to just go back and add some words. Oh, I have 4 cards. Oh, no, sorry. Woo! So I'm going to go ahead and add some words here to my cards. And I'm going to only use the Knight of Navy. Yeah, I guess I was speeding up there. Sorry. And I'm going to choose this Thank You So Much for this one, just because it fits nicely right here. Thank you so much. Or you could put it inside. So I'm going to set that one aside. And these two, I need a long, skinny sentiment. So I'm going to use, I could use Snowflake Wishes. Our friendship is one of a kind. I could do 1 and 1. So pull those out. I'm going to take this one off. Sometimes when I take them off and I'm not ready to put them away, I stick them back on here. Because I don't know if you've ever lost one of these, but because they're clear, they're very hard to find. So I am going to do our friendship is one of a kind. Now I have a double layer, so I'm actually okay. Dave was saying put the pad underneath, but because I have a double layer of cardstock, it's a little bit thicker and it's okay. Okay, so that's a pretty card. It's simple. Simple is not my name, but simple is okay. All right, and then we'll go ahead and do this one. This is the one I said I had stamped on it, but then I thought, oh, I stamped on it, but then it was too dark, way too dark on there. So let's go ahead and stamp. I'm going to use Snowflake Wishes, and there we go. And I'm going to put that little V in this end. I think I need to tear off a little bit first. There's another quick tip. I don't have to cut it. Just tear it off because I'm going to make a nice end here anyway. And then we'll go ahead and stick this on here. Super simple. And I'm going to show you in a second how to dress these up. Because why would we just want to have simple cards? I think I stamped all of our, let me pull them back in here. I think I stamped all of our cards. Thanks, Michelle. You know what? Simple is okay. I just have a hard time with it because I think we try to make so many fancy schmancy things. Okay, I just want to show you if you wanted to dress it up, there are so many simple ways. I pulled out all the different ribbons that I could use. So this one is our snowflake ribbon, the metallic, metallic ribbon. It's in the Holiday Mini. This one is our metallic edge in the annual catalog. And then this one is the kind of looks Halloween-y. Happy Halloween, by the way. But if you scrunch it up, it just is silver. So let's go ahead and add something to make it look a little bit fancier.
What was that one called?
This one, that's the metallic mesh. And since I already happen to have a bow tied, I'm going to go ahead and start with that one. Because why not? Look throw it on anywhere. I could put it here. I could put it here, here. I think I'm going to put it on this one. This one feels really plain. And I'm just going to throw on some adhesive and stick it on there. Done. It added something. So you can add ribbon and it will make it just makes a little bit of a splash. You could also just go straight across and just add a layer across, adds a little sparkle. I really wanted to use the blue, which I haven't opened yet. Wow. Let's get this open. Do you guys, what?
Winter's coming.
Winter's coming. There we go. Leave it to Dave. I don't know. I don't really like that there. Maybe on this one it ties in with the blue a little bit more, or on what?
It's nice on that one.
On this one, Dave says it's nice on this one. But here's what I would do. Sometimes I don't want to make a bow. I just want to make a knot. And sometimes that's to save ribbon. Sometimes that is just because I don't want to make a bow. Can't make me. Just kidding. And you could stick it here. I like sticking them down by the sentiment. Let's pull that a little tad tighter there. I mean, it could go there. What do you think? No, Deb says no. The true designer says no. I'm just kidding. I'm going to stick it here though. Add a little, boom. Just add a little something. So I want to show you one other thing. Okay, so you've seen we can add ribbon to dress them up a little bit. The other thing we can add are our, you can add all sorts of bubbles and bubbles and stuff.
Bling.
So, bling, bling. So I'm going to show you some bling that I would add to these based on the color scheme. So I could add the sequins. Okay. I could add my silver. Those come in silver and gold in one package. I could add my droplets. Those are super cool. I like those. Those stick up quite a bit. I could add, should I keep going? My in color dots. I could add snowflakes. I could add on this one, the holiday rhinestone. I could pick these blue ones. I could add rhinestones. Like the possibility is endless. So let me take ones I did not add a ribbon to, and let's dress it up a little bit. So let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to use the diamonds, and I'm just going to throw some on. Let me peel it off here. I like to just slide them off, and I'm going to pop some in the middle. That is a big snowflake for a little diamond. So let's do a couple. But it is going to make, I think, a big difference on, these are the rhinestone basic jewels. I mean, oh, this is the one I was telling you about. So that's the one I didn't use the pad, and it went off, and I was like, that's okay, still going to use it. All right, but I do need one over on this side somewhere, but I don't really want to draw attention to that. So maybe I'll just put one, that's okay, I'll stick one there. 3, 4, I think I need one more. I always like doing odd numbers. I'm going to stick it up here. Okay, I mean, that adds, oops. Okay, that one, the glue didn't come off with it. Let's try that again. Take a bigger one. There we go. That adds quite a bit to a very simple card. You see that? I mean, that adds a lot. Now we have one more we can put some bling bling on. And this one, I don't know. Should we do snowflakes? These snowflakes are kind of pinky. There's two different kinds. Or iridescent. They're not pinky. Excuse me. They're iridescent. He said that last time. I think I'm going to use the sequins. And let's go ahead and just add some blue. I guess I'm drawn to the center of the snowflakes, as you can well see. These are obviously all the same size. The other thing you could also do is you could just throw one at the beginning or end. That's a little tight there. But you could throw one at the beginning or end, probably the beginning of your words. So again, I like odd numbers. But that just adds some bling, some sparkle. So easy way. I'm not sure if I like that bow there. Sorry, I'm going to take that off.
Let's look at the 4 and vote.
Let's look at the 4 and vote. All right, see, simple is hard for me, friends. Simple is hard. All right, I'm going to add one more thing right here. I'm going to put that on either side just to make it pop out. There we go. All right, here we go. Simple is so pretty. Here we go. So we're going to vote. We'll make this number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. Try and make sure we get them all on the screen. That's number 3. And this is number 4. I'm going to tuck those under. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. You know what? I just need to go up higher. That's what I need to do. Whoops, sorry. Totally blocked you out. There we go. Whoop. There we are. Now we can see them all. Okay.
While we're voting,
1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, while we're voting, I'm going to make a couple announcements. Make sure to check in on Mondays. I also do a broadcast, and I show new products and or cards. If I just sent off some cards for a card swap. I'm going to show you the card. It's going to be a sneak peek for you.
Deb from Castaway's here.
Oh, Deb. Hi, Deb. Oh, I miss you so much. Deb likes number 4, but I'm going to keep going and we'll come back. Okay, so what else? If you want to order, you can order at order.thestamperstudio.com. Today is the last day for that designer series paper sale, 15% off select papers. And just remember, when you order $50 or more, I will send you a card kit to make 2 cards for every $50, a card kit. So order.thestamperstudio.com. Okay. The other thing I'm going to show you is did we get votes? I know we've said,
just keep going.
keep going. Well, I have to show these to vote. Oh, so there's a couple things I want to show you. So remember 1, 2, 3, 4. Cheryl likes number 1. Diane, Barb likes number 1. Tammy likes number 3. And then 2.
Deb likes 4.
Deb likes 4. Michelle likes, so hard to choose, but number 4. Okay, so clearly what that shows us is that they're all great. I don't know where my little thing went, but I'm about that back on. So clearly that shows us how they're all super simple. And I started with a half a sheet. So let's see, I used a half a sheet of very vanilla cardstock to make the designer series paper. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 plus a little bit, 4.5, 5 sheets of paper max, 4.5 really. So just to show you that it is super simple, easy ways. I want to show you, we have a card class coming up called Birthday Bonanza. And these are the cards we'll be making. It's on November 12th. There we go. It's on November 12th at 7 o'clock. Of course, if you can't come, that's okay, because I'll send you a link after the class it's a virtual class, by the way, but I'll send you a link after the class on a video on how to make them. So we'll make 6 cards, 2 of each. This one will have a different pattern, 2 different kinds of cards in that color, in that design, different color scheme with this plaid paper. And anyway, so that is $15 plus shipping. Again, it's November 4th. Or register by November 4th. Register by November 4th. And you register so simply at register.thestamperstudio.com. And that's where you can go to see what the classes are. So that's one. I want to show you one other. I just have one made so far, but this is a package class we're going to make. Package party. It's on November 16th at 7:30. It's a Monday. And check this out with our snowflakes. Woohoo! Isn't that such a fun box? So we are going to decorate the entire box with a little belly band with the snowflakes here. And this one you can choose to make 1 each, 2 each, or 3 each. So this is a mini pizza box. We're also going to be using a paper pumpkin box and a tin. So again, you can choose 1, 2, or 3. And that...
Make 1 of each, 2 of each, 3 of each.
1 of each, 2 of each, 3 of each. So Dave is clarifying because sometimes in my brain what's coming out maybe doesn't make sense. All right. The last thing I just want to show you quick is I have one card. I want to show you a sneak peek at something you have not seen. Look at this. This is a card swap I'm in. I use the cardstock vellum. Yes, that's a punch, which I love punches. And this paper is stunning. I haven't used that word yet this morning, but it's so pretty. I can't show you the stamp set. I can't show you the punch, but I can show you the card. And this is coming out in January. It is awesome. I love the paper, the whole deal. Okay, so that's what I have for you this morning. And I'm glad you joined us. Thank you for coming. Of course, I want to let you know that stamping makes me happy. Here's my little happy, a cup of happy. Stamping makes me happy, and I hope it can bring some joy into your life too. It really is quite therapeutic. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully on Monday. But until then, happy stamping.